So a very good morning and Richard, greetings to you. So we are here for the Premium E-Summit with Canon International. So Canon International is an organization which has prospective students in it. And our today's speaker is Mr. Richard Fu. અવાજ નથી આવતો? તમને અવાજ નથી આવતો, જીતેન્દ્ર?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, somebody said that the person is not able to hear. Okay, so we have a speaker, Mr. Richard Fu, who is the International Student Recruitment Manager for international, he's like in the international team from UNBC and our facilitator today. So Richard, over to you. You may begin with the session, and end of the day, end of the session, we can have an interactive or question and answer, which the team can directly ask you, and then you can give the insight inputs of yours.
Okay, thank you, Dashita and Shiraz, to help me organize this conversation in connection with a lot of good things I've heard about Can-Am. Now, before I start this, I guess one thing I want to know is what you know about UMBC and how, if you have any pressing questions you want me to answer now.
Yeah, see, like we are very well aware about the UMBC in case like the day before the week or 10 days only, we have a session with Shraddha, right, about the UNBC, and she has like given us the each and every details about the UNBC in details, right, in very much detail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in those details, is there some questions that you feel I can present better or give you more information about?
As of now, we do not have any question, but at the end of the sessions, we can do the question answers. Actually, we are waiting for the staff to join, right? Actually, there is a rain here, right? So the staff is quite late. So like, and they are joining the session. So at the end of the session, we can have the question and answer session.
Sure. We'll just quickly go through this presentation now. UMBC, University of Northern British Columbia. As you know, there's roughly about 96 universities and colleges in Canada, 16 in British Columbia. There is 8 in the Lower Mainland, 3 on the island, and there's only 1 in Northern BC. And we are the University of Northern BC. Now, from Vancouver to UMBC, it is roughly about 10 to 14 hour drive, or 12 flights a day that flies up to UMBC and back to Vancouver. Meaning if you want to visit UMBC, you can plan a day trip, fly up there, take a look at the campus, take a look at Prince George, and fly back down in time for dinner. So this is how far Canada is. Canada is pretty big as a country. I believe it is still the biggest country with the longest coast in the world. From Prince George to, say, Toronto, it's roughly about 6.5 hour flight. From Prince George to Montreal, it's also about 6.5 hour flight. So we're not far from everything, but we're still a little bit far away. So if your student has a aunt that lives in Toronto that wants to go to UMBC, that's probably not going to happen. This is Prince George. The university is seated on top of a hill. So it overlooks the city. We get amazing views of the Rocky Mountains. And the back of that picture here, you see our residency. You see our sports center on the very right. And you also see our greenhouses that we do have for our research, our rainforest research. So this is the Prince George climate, -8 winter average high daytime, and +8 in the fall. And right now we're very comfortable 25 degrees in the summertime during the daytime, drops that down to about a nice 18, 16 degrees at night. So it's a cool summer. You don't really need a fan to sleep on. Some people want AC, but up here you don't really need it. So we are actually a true 4-season city, meaning that we have summer, winter, fall. In the winter time, we're cold enough up here that you can try something called ice fishing. You can go skiing in one of the 3 resorts that are 2 hours drive away from us. In the summertime, you can go hiking or you can go canoeing in something called Mount Robson, which is that beautiful lake on the left side. Hike in the ancient forest, which I just did over the weekend, which is only an hour drive away. And this ancient forest is maintained and built by our UNBC professors and our government joint effort together to showcase one of the only rainforests in British Columbia. So even though it is a freezing climate, it is still considered a Borneo rainforest. It's kind of rare. So in Prince George, the bright thing is we have 299 days of sunshine a year, so you actually can see the sun. Some of the students that we have noticed lately from India saying that they can actually, it hurts them to look at the sun in their eyes. I'm like, you're not supposed to do that anyways. Well, they told me that it doesn't hurt when they look in the sun in India. So first, same thing happened with some of my Chinese students as well. So Prince George is a 20-minute city. You can get anywhere for 20 minutes from our main campus, which is the gold thing on this side here, to the airport, which is the very right side, bottom corner. That's about a 20-minute ride. So students have two options. They can either take the cab there, taxi company, or they can take a shuttle bus that will drop them off at the campus as well. So that's where they want to go. But what we call the student pass also allows them to go into places like where is this swimming pool here? Aquatic center, exhibition halls. They can also go to the downtown library area. There's a bunch of things that comes with the UMBC fee. This is Mr. PG. Mr. PG is our logo, mascot for the city, because Prince George is the biggest city in the northern part of BC. And the thing that started that city is because of lumber and timber. Okay. So we are a big city that you have all the big city needs, but we only have a population of about 75,000 people. So this is UMBC in a nutshell. As you can see, as far as your eye can see here in this picture on the very left is university land. So we have a lot of space for us to do research and do different types of research. And this is what we do. And we also represent parts of the country on some of our buildings. No matter what your passion is, Northern BC has it all, meaning that you can find anything for somebody. We have a lot of different downhill biking skills here. We have international race downhill biking events here, which I just found out 2 days ago. So this was kind of appalling for me. But back to UMBC. UMBC main campus is in Prince George, which, like I said, was 1 hour flight away from Vancouver. But we also have campus in Fort St. John, Quesnel, Terrace, Kitchewana, and Prince Rupert. So students can study the UMBC programs, but if they're doing something like, say, nursing, they would have to come back to UMBC Prince George campus in order for them to get the degree. This is UMBC, my favorite time of year. This is fall, where colors of the tree start changing. So UMBC right now, this is what it's like in the wintertime. It is cold. However, the good thing about our university is that once you go inside, you never have to step back outside. You don't have to go outside again to go to your class. So all the buildings are connected.
Webinar bro UNBC no. Okay.
So we're also one of the university that was opened by Queen Elizabeth herself in British Columbia. So that's why we are now one of the highly ranked elite young university according to Times Higher Education. In the last 12 years now, UMBC has ranked top 3 in Maclean's magazine, top 5% in the world, and according to Times Higher Education. And we're only one of the 3 universities from Canada that are ranked in the top 250 young university worldwide. So we are award winning. We have students from over 50 different countries. We celebrate their internationalization and culture through something called Global U, which we host every day. I'm sorry, not every year. We have, as a research university, we have endowed chairs. What do these mean? Endowed chairs and chairs are people that are hired from our professorships that are sponsored by the government because they're expert in their field in that area. So the chair have special grant from the government to continue doing research. At UMBC right now, we currently have 14 chairs, either by the federal government or the provincial government, to do research on their specialty. One of our soil samplist professor just got another $1.5 million grant to continue his chair. Our faculty student ratio is 1 to 8. So it is very small, meaning that it's a small school. We only have 3,800 students, okay? What this means is that the students will get more attention if they need to have the more attention, and the students will be able to
Hello.
get to know the professor. Do you have a question? No?
No, you may continue.
Okay. So if we continue with that, our faculty plus staff ratio is 1 to 4. I'm one of the only Asian staff in the international department, so a lot of our international students have my personal WeChat account, which when they reach out to me for any issues or problems that they may have and don't know how to navigate. So that's something that we do provide. We do try to help our students as much as we can. There are just some things that we can't due to our laws. Okay. So as a research university in British Columbia, quick question for you guys. Do you guys know the other 3 research university in British Columbia? Do you know what they are?
Not actually.
Any guess? There's one pretty famous one that's 1 letter away from ours.
UBC?
There you go. So UBC is a research university. Simon Fraser University is a research university. University of Victoria is also a research university. And then there's us. We're the youngest and the smallest of the 4 research university in British Columbia.
Okay.
So as a research university, most first-year class sizes are in the hundreds or 200s or even 300s. UBC, I've been in classes where there are 500 students in one class, okay? This is our first-year class sizes. It's 62. It's not that bad. Our biggest class size will never exceed over 125 because most of our lecture theater halls can only hold 125 seats. We're called Canada's Green University. Why? Because we focus on environmental programs, and that's what we specialize in. We have something called the Wood Innovation Research Laboratory, where we specialize in testing how to build tall wood structure using cross-laminated timber, or figuring out ways that we can hold over 4,000 pounds of weight with 2 sticks. So this is just something what we do. Green is our color, and it's also our official way. On the left, we have our bike club, and on the right, we have our bioenergy club. So our bioenergy is what they use is something called wood pellet, which is also at the very bottom there, wood waste that cannot be made into any other product. So usually they are composted. But with our bioenergy center, what happens is it's turned into heat, and that heat heats up water, that heats up our entire building, that reduces our fossil fuel consumption by 85% annually. The colder it gets, the more efficient it runs, which is kind of interesting, actually. So that means it takes away about 1,200 cars a year off UMBC Street. We also have a basketball and soccer team. So if you have any athletes, please do let us know. Our Northern Sports Center. Students also get access to our Northern Sports Center, which has 3 full-size basketball court, 2 FIFA-approved soccer field, and a 280-meter running oval inside. So in the wintertime, they don't have to run outside if they don't have to. We have over 120 different student-led organizations, including the Coffee Club, Compost Club, Organic Produce. We have the Physics Club, Chemistry Club, and the Medieval Clubs. And if the students don't want to join any of the student-led organization, there's also 34 study abroad options in 18 different countries as well. They can go to Death Valley, they can go to Antarctica, they can go to Switzerland, they can go to Peru, they can go to Guatemala, Italy, just some of the places that our faculties have been able to take our students on field schools and also exchange programs. We're big enough to offer groundbreaking research and yet small enough to get involved in the first year. What does this mean? Our university focuses a lot on research. We spent over $14 million in research funding to allow our students, our faculty members to do research so they can go on and explore on these trips. So coming back, UMBC, this is our dining hall, our residence. It's an apartment style where they each get their own bedroom. They share bathroom, kitchen, and living room. There's a lot of common area for them to study and hang out. This is one of our students, which is a bright student. That why she chose UMBC was because she decided she loved the small class sizes, the co-op opportunity. The biggest thing for her is the undergrad research opportunity. Why? Because she knew that she didn't want to just get a bachelor. She wanted to get a master's or a PhD. Ultimately, through UMBC and her hard work, she's now able to do her PhD at University of Toronto in an area of research that she is enjoying immensely. Okay. She also got accepted with University of Toronto, McGill, and UBC. But she chose us because of the small environment that we have that allows her to really talk to our professor and get to know our professor. So into the interesting program stuff. We have over 60 bachelor degrees, 27 masters, and 3 PhDs. So looking at some of our bachelor's program, do you guys have any questions about that? Oops.
About
your the programs here.
no. For bachelors, I think we are clear with the requirement, right?
For regular requirements like the general entry.
Yeah, general and specific even actually. What we are doing, we are preparing these documents for each and every institute, right? So in this like documents, we mention each and every requirements for all the programs or specific requirements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be perfect because now we're switching over to something called program emit, direct to program emit. And Dashita and Sharat will be able to tell you more about that. Okay. So general entry program means that we have 3 intakes. So September, January, and May. Okay. So these program all has that. Okay.
Okay.
Our competitive entry program, meaning that only September. Okay. So UMBC has 3 engineering programs. Okay. One is UNBC Environmental Engineering Program. Okay. The second one is a Civil Engineering Program. That's a UMBC one. The third one is a UNBC only Environmental Engineering Program.
Okay.
So there's 3. The first one, what they do is they do 2 years at UMBC, and then they do 2 more years at UBC, Okay, they come back
Okay.
half a year, and they are then will have 2 degrees, one from UBC and one from UMBC.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so with that program are engineering, social master, bachelor of social work, health science. These are all competitive entry program, meaning that they will only have one intake.
Okay.
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 So English requirement 6.5, no less than 6. You have the KALE, which is, why can't I work this right now? So KALE 70. Your TOEFL is 90, no less than 20. Right now we're accepting Duolingo if you're doing for summer. For January 2021. Duolingo will be at 105. And also for January 2021, it'll be IELTS indicator 6.5, no less than 6 as well.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the BC requirements. I believe Sharad has the Indian requirements. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we'll just skip all this. Okay. So tuition wise, we are about $2,100, $21,000 for 10 courses. If you add books, if you add living expenses, and if you want to be on the meal plan and also living on campus, you're roughly about $35,000 Canadian. Okay. And if you compare course cost wise, $21,000 versus UBC, which is almost 40. Okay. But if you take a look at our domestic prices, we are all about the same. Why? Price doesn't mean quality goes down. We are controlled under the Research University Act, a University Act of British Columbia. So that's the mandate and the quality assurance that has to hold us up to be a research university. So the reason why SFU, UVic, UBC can increase that much is because they have a lot more demand than we do. Okay. So UBC, one of their programs right now, I know it's going to $65,000, which is almost the same as Berkeley right now. So, but for our institution, we haven't increased it to that extreme yet. Okay. So 1 in 4 students receive scholarship. We give about $3 million scholarship a year. They range in award from $2,500 all the way up to $40,000. We've also have renewable awards that are presidential renewable awards. So you can get it up to 3 conditional year, meaning that you can get a scholarship for 4 years as well. Okay. So this is the graduate stuff. We'll skip that. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Do you guys have any other questions?
Okay.
Peter, you're on mute.
Am
Yeah,
I
so we
on
can.
mute?
Yeah, so can I ask the question?
Sure.
Yeah. So do we have a direct entry program, like any student who has completed 12 plus 3 here in India can directly get admission in a second or third year of the bachelor in engineering?
Sorry. So I understand it's a 12 plus 3, and
Yes.
they want to get direct into engineering on what year?
Yeah, on a third year in
So they want to
UNBC.
go directly into the 3rd year for an
Yes.
engineering program? Do
Yes.
you know what type of engineering program it is?
For all. Actually, we are having option in some other universities, right? If any student who has completed who has completed 3 years or 4 years of degree in India, right? They are offering direct entry in third year of like bachelor's.
Which schools?
All course. Like if we take a Lethbridge University, right? They are offering like direct entry in all the bachelor's degree.
So I understand right now what you're saying is for 12 plus 3 students in India, they
Yes.
are offering them direct entry into third and fourth year of engineering
Yes.
and in all engineering field. It doesn't matter if it's computer
Yes.
or
Exactly.
network,
Exactly.
civil. And what is the background of the 12 plus 3?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Like if any student who has completed Bachelor of like computer engineering, right? They can go for the bachelor's in computer engineering and can complete their degree in Canada within 2 years. So they are getting credits of the like engineering in India for the first and second year.
Okay. What you're
Yeah.
looking at is something called an articulation agreement. And for engineering, which is different from what you're saying, which is computer engineering. Computer engineering in India is equal to computer science in Canada.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a very different thing. It's not computer engineering. There's
Yeah,
stuff called
I
software engineering.
just gave you the example, right? But like they are offering like each and every program, bachelor's degree, each and every bachelor's degree as a like direct entry. So I just want to confirm, like, can we do such thing like students see, uh, like you already know that like wage rate for the bachelor pass out in Canada is far better than the diploma pass out, right? So we do have students who wants to complete the bachelor's.
Okay, that's not a problem. We can definitely look through the articulation requirements. It all depends on the institution. It all depends on what class of institution it is, if it's a NAC-A university or not,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's a college under another college that's a private college.
Yeah, and it will also like increase the number of students even, because like if student is able to complete the bachelor's in 2 years, right, then we'll surely get the good numbers.
Yes, we have to, because it's not at what I consider an articulation. It's not just a one-time thing, meaning that the student. So you could have a student from IIT, and then you could have another student from Punjab University, right?
Yes.
Each
Yes.
school will teach their curriculum very differently. Even
Yeah.
though in their same program, they can teach very differently. As a
Mhm.
receiving institution in Canada, what we have to do is evaluate each
Yes,
school's.
exactly.
So if that's the case, then it's not really worth our time to do that. Does it make sense? But if it comes from one school and we have already evaluated their first 2 years and saying that, hey, your first 2 years is equivalent to our 1.5 year. So you get 45 credits instead of 60 credits. And you still have to finish these courses. And after that, you'll get your degree from UMBC. That is something that we're open to do.
Okay.
So Jitendra bhai, I guess the answer is quite, transparent over here, that it all depends on the university.
I got it.
For example, if you've got one of the A grade universities in Gujarat, get the student from A grade university in Gujarat, we can definitely look out for some credit transfer. However, that is not in our hands, just as because it's not in our hands, that will be taken care by the registrar office. So whatever registrar will decide, we'll definitely take it forward. And Jitendra
Sure.
bhai, I would like you to tell Richard that how many students you guys are doing per year from India, and how many students can UNBC expect from you, because it says
Yeah.
midnight in Sunday that he came for all of us. and for
Yeah.
your team, because you told that Kanan International is one of the best agents across India. So yeah, you can let me know about it.
Yeah, so Richard, we are the like 23 years old company, right? We established in 1996, right? And we are mainly involved in Canada and USA student visa, and we do also have a like coaching department, right, for the English language exams for overseas studies. And since the SPP came out, right, for the Canada, we are sending like we have sent lots of students, and per year we are sending more than 4,500 or 5,000 students to Canada only.
So
That's
how
very
many
impressive.
students can UNBC expect? I mean,
Yeah.
I think
See,
I
see, if,
10% of share is being taken
if
here by UNBC.
yeah, if the situation will go back as usual, right? We'll surely give the good numbers for January 2021. For this September, we are not expecting more students, right, due to this pandemic. But we are targeting January 2021, and we can give you the good numbers more than 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for your clientele student, are there any students that are interested in business analytics?
Yes, we do have.
So UMBC launched a new program called Bachelor of Commerce in Managing Informatics, which is equivalent to business analytics. And
Okay.
that program is a combination of people that wants to learn more business stuff and also want to do computer science stuff. So it's a perfect hybrid program for students in India where they may not meet the business background or may meet the science background but don't like science and want to do something that is science but yet business as well. So this is why the BCom and MIS is something that I'm very interested in pursuing with the Indian markets because I believe you'll be very successful there.
Okay, so for this January only.
This will be open for the January intake, yes.
Okay, okay. So we can promote it right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
And
okay.
Dashita has the fact sheets for the MIS program ready.
We have given that. We'll just revise them once again. So Jitendra, that's actually MIS management program that we are having. It's
Okay.
bachelor's in MIS. So I will be explaining it once again. Shraddha will be explaining your team once again about it. Any other
Sure.
doubts that the team is having? Because as we are looking out for 20 to 25 enrollments from your agency, January 2021 intake, we just want that all your doubts are cleared. You know that MSM team is always there to help you for UNBC all the time. So
Sure.
that's how we got referred as well into the picture.
Mhm. Yeah, so like about UNBC, we do not have that much of queries because we are clear with each and every information about the university, right? About the programs. Uh, what about this September? Like, how the UNBC and the BC government is preparing for this pandemic for the September and January 2021?
So based on the provincial health office so far, what they're asking us, any flyers so far, they have to come in and they have to quarantine for 14 days. They have to have a 14-day quarantine thing in place. And afterwards, they're asking that all visitors who are outside of BC to also do a quick COVID check to make sure that you don't have any of the symptoms and whatnot. So that is currently in place right now. And we do have several students who are lucky enough to get the visa before March 18th. And they're planning to come in for September. However, on campus, we already have a waiting list for residents because residents or the dormitory is now cut in half, 50% capacity only. So we can't fill it with more than 2 people in the 4-room suite because they have to have their physical distancing. We have all this in place. If you go on our website, we have a very comprehensive umbc.ca/ coronavirus site that is up, that is always updating students, international students, on the status about their flights. For the students, for example, that are in residency already, they have already received an updated plan that all they have to do is present to the CBSA border officer to let them know that I'm staying in the UMBC residence and everything is taken care of. We will arrange the logistic picking up from the airport and whatnot. So these have been taken care of already we have backups to backups right now. We're busy because we're creating more backups just in case. Like, we want to make sure there's enough time to make sure the student feels safe. Even though that majority of the class in September will be in online, right? But some students still want to come here and they still want to be in the same time zone, being with their friends. We understand that. So this is why we're getting prepared.
Okay. Okay.
So, Jitendra Bhai, just to let you know that we've got MBA also. However, to get the MBA seats or MBA applications, we are expecting some bachelor applications as well, like vice versa. More of bachelor applications, less of MBA applications. MBA will take time. Any master's program in Canada does take time in their recruitment and all. So yeah, looking out for 20 to 25 enrollments as per your commitment to Richard and to us for January 2021 intake.
We'll
Shraddha
try for that. We'll try our best for that.
yeah,
Sure.
we'll come to your office or maybe wherever you are at the moment, and maybe come again and play once again to your team because
Sure.
you
Sure.
How about this? If you can get me 40 students this year, when I go to India, I will buy you dinner. Good?
Sure. Sure.
I don't drink though, so the Shita has to drink on my behalf. I can't drink.
Oh, they are in a dry state. They're in Gujarat, so I don't think so that anyone drinks over there.
That's even better. That's better for both of us. Fanta it is.
Yeah, we'll enjoy the dinner.
That's good. But yeah, we're looking for all the support that we can get, and like I said, the Shita has told me very highly of your guys' commitment to UMBC, which is why I'm happy to do a webinar with you right now, even though it's close to 11 p.m. for me. But it was good chatting with you and getting to see a face, even though it's a mask face now. But someday, hopefully, we can meet and then we can break bread together and get to know each other. Because, like I said, I've told every agent and even the Shita, this business is not about just one transaction. It's about building that relationship, building that friendship, right? Getting to trust each other and working on each other, right? So
yes.
I told the Shita M Squared, if there's anything they need, just let me know and I will be honest. If I can support it, I can support it. If I can't, they will hear the bad news from me too.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jitendra Bhai.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Richard, for the information.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jyoti.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Richard. Thank you, Richard, for your time. You can definitely go and sleep. Sorry to bother you.
No worries. But if you have any questions, you can email the Shita. She has most of the answers, and if she doesn't have the answers, she can just email me back.
Richard, I have sent you an invitation for tomorrow's webinar if you have received it.
Dolly, you're not on my favorite list right now.
I know.
Okay. So, like I said, keep in contact. If you have any questions, if you have any things that you want to chat about, you think, for example, if we're going to do a 2+2 articulation, that's something that you feel you have a strong connection with a university that we can recognize, then that's a project that I'm happy to work with you on, to the Shita and them. Okay? So this is how we work. We want to work together, right? So let me know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jitendra.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Thank
or
you.
a wonderful
Thank you.
morning.
Bye.
Yeah. You have a good night.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.